Hi all, and today I've got a lot to talk about. Let's first start off with two packages that just arrived from the States. These are bits that I've ordered for my cameras. So let's get into a quick unboxing of these surprises. So let's see what else. Oh, they've already won't need the blade. They're already opened up. Oh yeah, I might have used the blade. Let's see. Okay, that looks good enough. Just keep all these for archival purposes. Okay, so that's one. We have some more stuff from this box. So I'll just cut it from here. Take that out. And let's see. Have they opened these already? Oh yes, they have. It's that way. Slice right through. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the first item. I think I can save the bubble wrap for something else. Throw that away. Oh, that's some really good bubble wrap. I'm a bubble wrap junkie. Okay. And so yeah, we'll come back to what this is. This is a Carl Zeiss lens. That should be interesting. And again, which way does this box open? Okay, I think I'm gonna try it from this side. Does that do anything? Yeah, it's really strange to see where the hinge. There is a hinge. Oh yeah, it's right. There we go. I think I put that away. Okay. So yeah, I basically placed two orders, well 3 orders. I'll be placing a 4th order. And oh, there we go. That's nice. The whole bag pulls out, and that's interesting. I haven't seen a box that does that. That is very cool. Okay. From B&H. So we have 2 32 gig Lexar cards, and I want to give a shout out to the Angry Photographer Ken for his advice. I had first taken a 64, but then I changed it to a 32 when he said, you know, too many eggs in one basket. So that's 2 Lexar XQD cards. The Sony XQD card reader, so that should go there, and then a whole lot of other bits and bobs. Let's see what they are. Oh yeah, these are reducers that basically go into the head, ball head or whatever, and it reduces the what is it? The big size to basically the 1/4 inch, 3/8 to the 1/4 inch or something like that. Yeah. And we've got some bubble hot shoe protectors. Oh yes, and another Manfrotto 200 PL plate that'll come handy, and 2 Nikon hot shoe covers. So that should come in handy for sure. Let's put them aside. So I think I won't need these right now. We can come back to all of these later on. Could probably take one of those out now. Put the Nikons away and the extra 200 PL plate. And I'll look at the other stuff first. So I will put this somewhere over here. There we go. Nothing falls. Yeah. And before that, let's actually dig into the Carl Zeiss. I think that's probably the more interesting of the lot. Okay, let's see if they got the right one. This is the, oh, it's upside down. Well done, Mr. Customs guy. You opened the box upside down. Yeah. Customs, yeah, they don't really care about boxes and packaging or actually what's inside, do they? They just want to rip into it whichever way they can and tax you. So basically these orders, each one, let me see, I think, let's actually see what this came to. So the Zeiss was a separate order, and let's see what it came to. So the Zeiss came to $725 with DHL $41, so $766. And on the Zeiss, I believe I paid about $75 tax, because I'm in Sri Lanka and the tax is crazy over here. So that's on that order. And then for the everything else, let's see what that came to. Yeah, everything else was what? I think that was a small order, like 200 something. Yeah, it came to about 230 with $38 DHL, so 268 for all the other bits and bobs. So that can go into my pile. Let's open this the proper way, but I think this box is pretty much gone. Ooh, so we get a Carl Zeiss test certificate, and the warranty card, which will have my name on it soon, I suppose. For those of you saved, 3 years warranty, I assume. Please register 4 weeks. Okay, I said register it. Okay. Oh, I think the warranty gets extended. That's what I was trying to say. And there's a little manual about the lens itself. So all that can go back into the box. I just want to basically get at the goodies. So, wow. Straight away I'm saying wow because this is a hunk of metal. It's not the kind of plastic. Oh, ha ha ha. That's funny. It is plastic. Yep. It felt. Oh no, it is. It has a metal. No. No, it is plastic, but it has a metal edge, and that fooled me. It gave me the sense that it was going to be a metal lens hood. But I don't really mind plastic as long as it's high quality and it's sturdy and it's not going to, fall apart. Oh great, that's coming off. The lens cap is coming off. But let's hope it doesn't fall out. Well, it's actually the mount that's coming out, nothing else. So let's see. And that's all I need from the box. I can put the rest back. And so there we have it. Oh, that's really nice. It's very smooth. We have an aperture ring. And I think I want to first of all get this mounted before I continue playing with it. Let's see, what do I have here behind me? So this is the D810. I'm going to actually get this lens switched over. So I will actually use my Nikon, the Nikon cap itself. Let me just get the lens hood off, because that you can basically get fooled. That's a bit dangerous. It's spring loaded, so you have to be careful. keep it on the light for now. Pop that off. Let's find the dot for the contacts. Okay, the contacts up there. So I think, yeah, this black dot here can align with that. There we go. It fell into place. Oh, there we go. Snap, snap. It snapped. Oh, snap. Oof. Yeah, this is what a lot of people say. This lens hood just feels like total crap. And yeah, I normally don't really care about that kind of stuff, but I must say it does feel a bit crappish. And let's try this out. Does it have any other way to go on? No, I don't think so. So if I were to okay. Ah, there we go. So let me just tighten that one down just in case. And yeah, so and that puts the Zeiss on. Let's give it a whirl. So it's starting up, and okay, interesting. I'm getting a message saying you can't read the f-stop. That's fine, but let's see if it can focus. Do I get focus confirmation? Okay, I need to check to see if this is compatible at all. But even if it's not, it's manual in the first place, so I can set the f-stop to 0.8, and then oh, this is lovely. You can focus all the way to infinity, or you can go closer. So let me. Oh yeah, so metering and focus works in the sense that once I've got good focus in the viewfinder, it goes, the dot comes up. So that looks alright, I think. So I think I set up an option in here that prevents a release if there is no card. Right now that's going to prevent me from taking a shot because I don't have a card in here. Controls. If I tune on CPU, I'll need to find that later on, but shooting display. Screens, battery order, information display, flash sync. Yeah, release button to use dial. Slot empty release lock. So it's what's that, F11? So I'm going to enable release. And now that the chair in the distance is in focus, I'm actually going to play with this a bit more till I get in focus. There we go. And that should be interesting. I'm going to change the ISO mode to manual ISO. I'm actually going to throw this into manual because it's playing up. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's basically not shooting. Not what I expected, but I will try this on the D500 and see if there's any difference. I'm sure I've done something wrong. But in terms of the lens build quality, it's quite impressive. It's none of the Canons or the Nikons I've tried have this fit and finish, and you can see why things like Leicas are so popular in that sense. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the other interesting bits from today. So I'm basically going to pop this off. I'm going to put this on first of all, and then I'm going to pop the lens hood in reverse. So it's very compact, the weight is quite nice, and we can see how that progresses. So I'm putting this camera away for now. That's the D810. And today I picked up something crazy, which is this. It's the Nikkor 200 to 500 millimeter super massive telephoto with a zoom lens with a constant aperture of 5.6, and it is insanely massive. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to first of all grab this Velo bubble, which basically protects the hot shoe. I don't think there's any use for that stuff, but what it does is it's a simple bubble that will protect the contacts and just sit up there. And it's, I think, Nikon, Canon compatible, so it just slides off easily as well. It's just a piece of rubber. There you go. That's quite good. And let's take one of the Lexas out, sealed. I think I need my knife for this. No, we'll go reverse. Yep, that did it. What's inside? Oof, things have shifted. Well, what should be there has moved away, which is, oh, there you go. It's not too worrying. So we get a nice little pack, which I'm trying to wrestle out, basically. So that's the card. I think this is the downloadable software offer. No one really wants that. So I can put that away. And I'm going to take the XQD out. Ooh, that's interesting. It's basically a bit bigger than an SD card. And I'm going to pop the door open on the 500. And the XQD has to go this way down. Sits. And I believe it's been recognized. Let's just see in terms of the media. XQD has been recognized. And I've got This has a lock at 200, so I can pop that off. And this basically lets me shoot and focus where I want to focus. And you can use like a machine gun. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. It's already just shooting like mad. And images buffer, there's almost no buffer on this thing, so it's kind of insane what you can take. I've already taken, so let's test out the whole buffer. Let's try and run it through. Yeah. So, how many shots did we take with that? It's just still buffering right now. As you can see, it's writing all those, it's writing all of them to the card. Yeah, that's like what? 6, 4, 4, 8, 9. That's a lot of images. And it's just going on. It's not stopping. Wow. So that's a lot. So we've taken 400 and what was it? 425. Where does it start from? Jeez. Yeah, that is like about easily over 100 snaps in just that single burst. And yeah, so that covers that. I'm actually going to put this lens hood back to the lens cap. I've got the Capture Pro by Peak Design, the larger plate seated there, because I'm actually using the Joby ball head from my Joby, which is being mounted there, and I take it off the Joby because the Joby is not being used a lot actually. And I also picked up this Manfrotto monopod with the fluid head, which you can lock down for transport. It's easy to pull them out and then you can lock it, but once it's locked it's not going to move. And this thing goes real tall. I mean, I think it goes like about 6 foot easily with all the sections opened out. And what's nice about the fluid head is that it lets you do this whole tilty thing, which lets you like basically pan, like take a panning shot, and you can also swivel. But what's great is it lets you use the base to maneuver with the ball head, and that way you have this high degree of flexibility. And it actually just, and if you don't do anything, you can just balance it vertically without holding onto it, and that is really great. So that covers all the extra bits that have come through, and as you can see, I had a bit of trouble with the Zeiss, so I'm going to see why I was getting that strange error. I will put it onto the D500 and see if I can take some shots with it. Actually, I can take the SD card off this and put that into the D810 and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, so far today I was able to take some shots with this lens, and it was pretty incredible because this is a 200 to 500 with a fixed f-stop of 5.6, and because this is the D500 with the DX, basically an APS-C crop sensor, there's a 1.5 crop, so that makes this, it changes this to an equivalent 300 millimeter to 750 millimeters telephoto without the added need for a teleconverter. So I don't lose any sharpness. There is no drop from 5.6 to 6.3. You don't suffer that drop. You get to use all your focus points, sorry, your cross type autofocus. You get to use all the full range rather than, you know, focusing at f8 in the center focus point, something ridiculous like that. It has VR, which is vibration reduction or image stabilization, which works to about 4 stops. It's rated to 4.5. I was able to test it to about, yeah, between 4 and 5. And the VR is incredible on this. Without the VR, this shooting at these focal lengths is just crazy. So I can handheld just go nuts. It is light. I was able to compare it today with the Sigma, well, one of the Sigmas, but I didn't take this. I mean, if you look at my previous video, it was a candid recording at the shop. The Sigma was in this big white box. I mean, just holding the box alone, it was way heavier than this. I think the Sigma and even the Nikon 300 with VR, actually the Nikon 300 is about $500 more, I think, than this. But I felt that getting a prime lens is not something that would suit me right now, because I'm still getting used to this kind of stuff, and I personally prefer zooms. And I think I made a right decision, because, for example, let's say this was a 500mm prime. It would be difficult to track birds at 500 because you can't see the whole path of a bird flying. It's easy to be at 200 or 300 and then extend out depending on the bird's path. It becomes very difficult because you're looking in the horizon, you're looking at the bird, and then you look to the viewfinder and you're like, where's the bird? Which branch is he on? Because every branch and leaf takes up the whole viewfinder, and then it's a case of playing catch up. So I'm very happy that I went with a zoom instead. And I think for the price, this is a really economical wildlife setup where I'm getting the best in class AF. It's like the D5 quality AF. I'm getting really good ISO performance, 10 frames per second XQD, whereas the cheaper alternative would be a used 7D Mark II, which is, I think also you can still get the 10 frames per second, but you won't have the same AF, and then you will have to get something Canon equivalent for a 7D Mark II. But overall, I'm quite happy. As you can see, I'm just holding this one hand, no problem. It gets a bit tiring, so then that's where the monopod comes into play. But so far, this is a fantastic combo, and I look forward to playing a lot more with it. So those are a couple of initial thoughts. In terms of the D500 itself, I'm still playing around with it, but so far I'm pretty happy with all the settings. I've got it dialed down the way I want it. I'm now with this lens mounted. This lens is probably not going to leave the D500 anytime soon. And as you can see, all the buttons light up, which is really nice. And so I can do that one more time. These things light up. And sorry, we just cut out. I think I hit the 30-minute mark. And yeah, I'm glad that whoever at Nikon realized that ISO should be right there for one-handed operation. Mode isn't something that should be there. And apart from that, there's nothing much more to say about the D500 other than it's got a fantastic buffer and it shoots really well. So that's it for now. Give me a like, subscribe, share your thoughts, and I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.